Morning. I'm back on the talk today. So let's talk about a life of a 37 years old single in Singapore. As usual, low impact activities. You can see here I'm just walking around. And later we'll see the daybreak. And this area you can see here is at the right side is mostly developing. So I hope that there will be more BTO will come and reduce the pricing for the housing. I think most of you, especially single and already past 35, right? So I don't think you are looking forward to the price of house. It's getting out of hands, to be honest. I really don't look forward to it. So what I do is that I think I make a few different approach to CPF. I'm not sure what you guys really do with your CPF, but what I do is that for past few years, right, I've been really like transferring the CPF OA to SA. So it's like just I try to increase the maximum interest rate. So this is what I do. I'm not sure whether what you guys do, but uh, be sure that it's irreversible. So I've been doing it, and totally I don't see housing as a place for you to do investment. That's what I think. I think housing is supposed to be a place for you to stay, not to speculate. I don't really like to speculate. That's why I'm not interested in really all this housing. But deep inside me, I was thinking, wow, I lose out a lot. But I also think in the hand that on the other hand is that the property agents, wow, they really I don't really like to let them earn so much. I feel that it's just me lah. I just feel that every job has their own perks. But to me, I feel that speculation of housing for living is not what I wanted to do, so I didn't do. I'll follow my own heart for that. So let's see for the future how everything will turns out. So for CPF wise, like topping out your SA for retirement purposes, and also creating or top up your SRS so that you can create your account. That's the thing. So well, I also do some investment like stocks. And now it's like there's always things happen like when you buy that company that you wanted to buy, it didn't goes up. But those who you didn't buy, it goes up. Like take for example, the most classic one is the parent here. Whew, thing is quite difficult lah. So well, you can see not easy. But I feel that as long as I stay invested in the investment landscape, it's still better to me than properties, I think, because I feel that our investment instrument are there for you to speculate. It's not about your basic needs like living. So I think that I'm very comfortable doing that, although I'm not making a lot. Well, so that's it. What best you can do is really try your best to have low impact activities. That's what I do lah, I think. I'm a very simple person. I'm not sure whether any Singaporean or anyone living in Singapore feel that way. Like previously I mentioned Singapore is quite boring. But to me it's okay because I don't really need to spend a lot. And my personality is that I just get enough. That's what it meant to me. So nothing fantastic or nothing really uh, I really have to do. I feel that I don't need to compare. I think comparison is something that kills everything. So Yeah, I'd rather be on your own pace. But you can't stop to think about see, comparison is something people always do. You compare with your peers, why they are doing certain ways that you think you can do better, and you also will be thinking why you couldn't do better than them. So in the loop of this comparison, I used to stuck inside. Like I decided not to really compare because I think comparison is really the worst toxic thing that you can do. Like even in the workplace that is toxic, I think nothing compare worse than comparison because I think that not necessary. Everyone have their own path. So I just taking my own path that I feel is right. So well, what do you guys think? Do you guys really think that it's easier not to compare, or you think that you can't help it that you go into this loop of constant comparison? So yeah, I'm not sure about what you think, but I feel that in Singapore context, right, we always compare. For example, when you education wise, you see that your peers is doing a certain level, then you will be comparing definitely because of your parents also, and also the upbringing. I also want to talk about the topic of I think a lot of Singaporean migrating. I don't have the exact statistic, but it's something I hear around other peers or family members that are migrating. I'm not sure about that. I personally don't travel frequently or a lot. I do travel, but it is mainly short distance, like to the Southeast Asia side. So I've been to Thailand, Vietnam, China. I think nothing really compare best to China because I think that China is really very modern. People who don't travel there, they don't understand. I think China is really. If I talk about migrating, right, maybe it's next place. But I'm not sure a lot about Thailand. Like people have very much inclined to live there. Like you see some viral video and some Instagram or influencer, they actually think that Thailand is a good place to be. So they even travel frequently or they work in Singapore and live in Thailand. I'm not sure how they going to do it because I've been there, short trip, not long. I just don't find the life there appealing. So I don't know about you guys. You can just let me know in the comment that what you think of Thailand. Uh, Safety wise, definitely you cannot compare any country with Singapore lah. Singapore is definitely number one in terms of safety. So this one no comment. But I just think that about Thai, it's bigger, definitely more place to go. But for the personality of me, right, it's just another place maybe for a short trip. But for living long term, not so much. That's what I think. Yeah, it's cheaper there, but definitely depend how you spend. It's about your lifestyle. Things can be cheap, but the way you spend, the lifestyle inflation, it doesn't tally. All this depending on really personal level. So always there's videos saying that you need to achieve certain milestone. I think all these are a bit redundant. I feel that milestone wise is really depending on yourself rather than what other people set for you. So for me, I don't really care. I just feel that I want to be in a place that I feel comfortable, I feel really empowered to be in. But one thing for sure is about comfort zone. I think most of you, especially in your 30s, right, definitely feel this way. Lah. You feel that the comfort zone, right, really will kill off inspiration. kill off certain things that you may want to do, but in the end you didn't manage to. It's happening to me. Like you are in a job, you are stable and you are doing okay, but if you want to compare, definitely I won't. But definitely you can't avoid lah. You definitely will want to do some comparison for sure. I think this is something very common in Singapore or maybe as a Singaporean. So comparison, although you don't want to, but definitely it will just pop up nowhere when you are just chilling somewhere. So compared to most of my peers, I'm not doing the 100% better or what. But this ties back to the idea of why I feel that it's because of comfort zone. Yeah. So as you can see, right, I'm pretty much thinking that I'm quite comfortable. So this is where I'm not so sure, but I give myself a few more years and see how it goes. And yeah, you can see today, even in Tengah area, under development. But I noticed the flat is very low height. I'm not so sure why. Anyone know why? Can let me know in the comment. Why? If you compare Tengah, right, it's relatively all very short level. If you compare to the one next to them, like the Bukit Batok, they are all pretty tall. So, or high rise. So I'm not sure why is the reason. So if you know it, right, can let me know. So what the thing I want to do next is really to talk about earlier mentioned the comfort zone side. Anyone experience that? Or what is your really opinion or your next plan to do? So for me, I decided to give a few more years and see how it goes. Yeah. I also feel there's a phenomenon that people didn't really talk about it. Like last time when you are young, right? You know, when you are like 20s, early 20s, or even in your teens, you always have certain passion you want to do, right? Like hobbies. It may cost a bit, but you will save up, the dedication to saving up and buy the things you may want to do. But I don't feel it that way now. I don't know why. Like now I'm in 30s, right? I have the so-called disposable income to do it, but I just don't really feel like doing it. So I'm not sure whether you guys feel that way. Do you feel that way too? Like you don't really have the so-called the desire, right, to spend the things that you used to like to spend on, and now you just I don't know whether it's just me, so I just want to ask what you guys think. Like I just want to really do nothing. I feel that doing nothing is a form of art to me. So it's like, and one thing for me is also back in my head is that a lot of hobby you see, right, they are really creating more waste. Like, you know, about sustainability, you're buying plastics, you're doing a lot of craft, then a lot of waste is generated, then you give pollution. Then what is the value you really bring? Maybe joy, like personal joy. Then you will be leaving that material there as garbage. I don't say garbage, but at the shelf collecting dust. You may like to look at it and maybe very fulfilling when you see your complete product, or you will feel a sense of satisfaction. But to me, I feel that it's quite underweighting. I don't feel it like outweigh the negative effect, negative impact that it has. So I'm not sure. So yeah, that's why I've been doing really doing nothing during my spare time. Yeah, I do try to reuse and recycle. So this is what I do. So I don't really consume a lot. But all these things is really so-called the theory or a practice pragmatic way of things. Under consumption is good for your individual self that you can save up all this. But as a society economy, right, I think under consumption trend or the idea of under consumption is bad. We need the money to flow, that's the thing. But don't you guys think? I'm not sure whether you guys agree with that, or you can let me know your comment. I my I myself under consume, and when I look at peers or someone who flex their wealth in the social media spending, I feel sad for them rather than admire them because I feel that. Uh, but I'm also thankful that we have these people lah. Because these people are the so-called the driver to make the economy flow, the money to flow. So continue to flex your wealth. I don't really care. You do it, you're happy, and the economy is happy, and I get to keep my so-called jobs because all these are the driver of jobs. So that's what I think about consumption. But if you think about it, recession is that I'm not an economist, so I'm not so sure about all these terms. But what I do is that if you stop spending, like this trend get out of hand. I think once I start to do that, right, definitely it will be a period of time where see recession happen, or maybe totally the economy is not moving. So it's not healthy if everyone do that. So as you can see, my viewership is not a lot, right? So I hope that this don't spread. Continue to consume. Those people who like to consume, I really love it. And I rather spend my money on buying whatever coin, like now the Thai box, the Labubu trend. I think it's quite. I'm not so sure. I shouldn't say this, but I just feel that uh, talking about this trend, right? I think it's really stupid. It's like why you want to spend so much on things that these can be made for maybe in a factory for $2 or even lesser, and you are just making billions for someone. So I just don't understand. But okay lah, I can understand the value in terms of short terms. Why people do that is that it bring them micro joy, you know, and some dopamine hit when you hit the thing that you wanted to have. But again, it's also driving the economy. So yeah. So for me, I think that I'll just use the money to maybe every day buy a bit of stock here, maybe one or two shares will be good enough for me. That's what I think. I rather spend that than on physical stuff. Because I feel that the physical stuff that you spend on, right, it only give you some micro joy. That is very short-lived and short-term. So to me, I feel that I want to be long-term. So this is what I feel I'm more inclined to do. If you're talking about spending, I feel happy when I spend on doing investments. Yeah. Not financial advisor, not financial advice. I just feel that you will feel more secure for your future if you do all this investment. Long term, that's why. I want money to work for me rather than I work so hard for money. Because I feel that we are just slaves. If we talk about all this like money, really enslave us. I don't want that. I just want them to work very hard for me while I was like lying on my bed doing nothing. So this is what my end goal will be. So I think I'll end the video here because it's getting bright and there's a lot of passerby. I feel weird talking to the camera this way. I tried to step out of my comfort zone already. So how about you guys? Alright, good morning. See you guys later. Bye.